So hello and welcome back to Tycoon Terminal. I'm Steve and we are back at Manchester. And there's been a few little changes in the gap between the last episode. And I'm sorry it was a 2-hour episode, the last one, but we're building the bulk of the infrastructure in that episode, so we'll try and keep this one a little bit shorter. And today's project, I was going to start with medium flights, and I have actually done some research in the R&D development tab. I'll just open that up so you can take a look. There's quite a lot of stuff that's been researched. I only have like large aircraft and the ultimate commercial license, cabin cleaning and structural engineering left to do. And I've got medium stands ready. I can do the I'm going to build a new terminal. However, there are a few preparations I would like to do before building that new terminal, just on this old terminal first. So ideally, I would like to turn this area here where the car park currently is, and you may notice there are a few more car parking spaces. That's due to just more people wanting to park their cars on site, so I'm not going to complain about that. We actually make quite a bit of income off these parked cars, so easy money in a way. However, it is taking up real estate, and we need to free up this space. Currently the road layout isn't very efficient. The traffic does clog up during peak times. The traffic will build up down this road here. So my aim today is to build a more efficient road layout, move these car parks underground, as we can build the car parks underneath this terminal here, because this terminal's never going to change. It's always going to be a small terminal, so we can service this general aviation and these small aircraft here. So that's never going to change. That's always going to be a small terminal, and we're not going to need to build any utilities underneath. So it kind of makes sense to turn this into a underground car park as such. I've not really done this before, so let's see how it goes. It could be quite interesting. Might be a little bit boring to watch, I'm afraid. Hopefully not, as you see me kind of make a few mistakes on the way. It's going to be interesting trying to build new stuff with old stuff. One thing I do want to address is currently you can see our airport rating, which is a good guide of knowing where you need to go and what you need to do to make your airport better. So here, on the general aviation tab, our weakest tab is the fact that they don't like parking on grass stands. We can easily fix that by upgrading, so we'll do that today. Here is more luggage for passengers. For the airlines, are not very happy with the fact that there is no luggage service. So we can address that in our new terminal. However, that will still be an issue in the old terminal, as we don't have baggage carts or luggage pickup there. Like, I don't know if you can do it with small aviation. It might be something we look into potentially. I don't know at this point in time. I may leave a bit of space to allow that to be installed at this terminal. But ideally, I think I'm going to leave this terminal as it is, and we'll focus on luggage on the new terminal. Passenger satisfaction, apart from that there's not really any businesses, food or decent facilities, we've only really got toilets and seating and a few vending machines, so the passenger experience isn't great, so we need to sort that out. At the moment they're happy with the queue times, they're happy with arrivals and departures being on time. Here the security side of things is not great. I don't think there's much we can do with that, apart from I would like to upgrade the security desks here to be a higher security checkpoint, a larger security checkpoint, just because I think that will increase safety on the airline. And the luggage side of things, we are going to not get any increase on these ones because we don't have a baggage system. I don't know if we can do baggage systems on these smaller aeroplanes. I don't want to spend a load of time doing it. Or do I? Do I add luggage? I just don't think we'll make any money on it, with it being such a small airport and the so few bags that we get. You know what? We'll put the car park below. We'll leave a space underneath, and the car park will go down 2 levels, so it's underneath any baggage system we may install in the future. I'm not so sure we'll be able to do it. I have noticed we only ever use 4 or 5 check-in desks at a time, so we may be able to put in the larger check-in desk to be able to facilitate us adding an underground conveyor system for the bags. Anywho, right, let's jump in and sort out this security area first. Oh, one thing actually, before we do that, let's get the boring stuff out the way first. So contracts. And the contracts have expired. I've actually changed a few of them up. So we've got a higher star builder and higher star fuel and go. That basically means we get cheaper fuel and we get cheaper rate for the construction workers. So what I have done, I don't know whether this is the correct way to kind of play this game, but this is I noticed that when you go to renew a contract, it'll let you kind of increase the how much you charge per flight for like this one, for instance, and you can decrease how much per flight on there. So what I've done is basically I've kind of put it to the max really of what I can do. I wonder if it'll let me go. It's a bit too far there. I think that's good enough though. I think 86% chance rate of getting that, and then we're getting nearly $1,000 more per flight, or $769 per flight. And for the fee per medium flight, I think we're actually offering that for so it's meant to be 6,000. We're giving them a 3,000 discount. But the key is, I'm manually selecting what airlines go to which stands, which means they will only ever be able to go to these stands, which means we can make lots of money. Makes sense. Okay, so I've locked them in so they can only go to the small stands, so we might as well offer them a very cheap rate for medium flights. They're never going to fly a medium flight into this airport, and we can actually up the cost there. So it's a little bit naughty, but I think it's something we kind of need to do at the early part of the game at least. So let's see if they're going to accept the offer. They have indeed. So I'm going to repeat that just with these other airlines as well, so we can keep them in a decent contract there. Occasionally you will get them reject, but I believe that just means they carry on under the old rate, if you will. Do we get 5 points we can get 5 points we can use with these guys? Will he accept that? No, I was too cheeky with that one. Oh well. It was worth a try. We could actually negotiate a cheaper rate for these contractors. Let's go for that. I'm certain to accept that, and that's quite a good discount on what we're paying. So, being accepted. And the fuel, let's see if we can get a better rate on the fuel. Yeah, I think we'll push our luck with that one. There we go. That's good. So we've managed to renew all those contracts. We do have a few other contracts here as well, but we'll keep those ones that we've got for now. So we can close this dashboard. And let's jump into some of the real boring stuff just for a little bit and get the security sorted out. So we are going to have to put in a temporary security checkpoints while we renew our current security area. So let's just see what we can do here. Actually, I need to deploy some contractors. So we'll get those builders here to we'll get a lot of them. We've got a lot of construction coming up, so we might as well get the full team on site. And I did say we we're going to upgrade these facilities for the general aviation, so we'll do that now while we're waiting for them to demolish that wall. So we just click on here and we can upgrade this from grass, so it just offers a little bit more prestige to it, durability. So hopefully that will increase the general aviation, make them happier. And I'm going to upgrade that to tarmac, and I believe these things always seem to not fill in the proper surface. I don't know why. So let's see if we can... Is there something we can put down that will change that? Is it this one here? Yeah, okay. I think that's... Well, one thing I did notice as well, we actually had a load of people get stuck here. And it was because, for some reason, this wasn't zoned. So everyone was stuck here, not able to leave. I noticed because we had loads of passengers waiting. And I was like, hang on, that's not correct. And yeah, it just turned out to be everyone was stuck there. So I sorted that out. Cool, so they've got rid of that security wall there. So let's see how big that is. That's 9, so we'll put the same in there. So the aim here is to kind of turn this into a bigger security checkpoint. And this will free up more space for bigger check-in desks that will allow us to maybe experiment with the conveyor system. I don't know, I think it might be worth us trying to do baggage, even on its only small terminals, just to kind of see how it goes. As we are on year 5 now, and we have made, well, we were on 3 million when I left you last time, and we're on 9 million now. I'll be honest, I just left the game playing and walked away and made a brew and went for some fish and chips, and a long time has passed since since we started, so that's why we've got so much money. But the investments that I'm planning on making are quite fast, so we need to have a bit of money in the piggy bank for us to do what we want to do. Oh, me having a drink of my brew there. I was talking about brews and... Okay, so we've got that guy set up there. Let's close that one and close that one. Hopefully one of these security staff members will move over to another one of these security checkpoints, which they have done. So that should open up now. I would have ideally liked them to have finished doing what they're doing with those guys. Where's that other security guard gone? Have they gone for a break in here? Well, we did have 3 security guards. Where did he disappear to? Oh, there he is. He's come back again now. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, that's sorted. You can go away again now. We've sorted that. So let's demolish all this. These guys are going to take all this stuff out. Oh, crikey, look at that. There's an army of them. There's still loads left over. So we'll just extend this out. I think that's roughly where we want it to be. Oh, hang on, that's not what I wanted to click. I am going to need to hire some more security staff for that. Hopefully they'll come and build this thing soon. I know where these guys are walking to. I'm going to close these ones now. So minimum disruption to the airport operation. I don't know where they're trying to go to. I'll probably change one of these to staff. Should have thought about that when I was redoing this bit, really. But we'll move it down this way. Once I demolish that, I'll be able to dezone that bit. So hopefully that'll increase the security rating. Because now the luggage is getting x-rayed at least. I'm just hoping, I'll just keep an eye on it, because is one of these going to be big enough to do the job of what we had 3 of the things for beforehand? I suppose that staff won't be going through there, so... Because the staff will be using this one. Cool, okay, so we've got that set up. So let's have a look below here. So this is where the terminal's sitting above. And we're probably going to want to go below that down here for the car park that I am proposing. So we need to kind of come up with a decent transport solution for how these cars are going to get about. So let's say we're going to have a road going off. I'm going to say this way. And I'm going to have one going that way. And we'll have the cars go down. I'm trying to think if that'll be okay. I think that'll work. And if we go down here, we can have them go down a further level. And this will hopefully set up for the transport hub. So we're going to have 3 lanes of traffic going like this. With the idea of this one will go down. So any cars coming along here will need to go down into the tunnel. I hope. And if we're going to do baggage, we're going to have to redo these check-in desks, aren't we? The only thing with this game is it just absorbs time. It's insane how much time you kind of lose yourself in it. And with them taking so long to build things, you kind of forget how long you've almost been playing the game for. So let's build this road as well. I reckon we want this one to go up that way to the transportation hub. So yeah, I won't put that one-way system in there quite yet, or things will get stuck. we want to build this car park first, don't we? But I need to know where this terminal is so we can kind of... I don't know if I want to build almost directly underneath it. I suppose we could do. So these construction workers are going to build that now as well once they've done building this road out here. And I can kind of see where that terminal is now, which is good because from this lower level we're going to be putting in the car park, well, a big car park for Terminal 1. I suppose the car park could be over this way. I'm sure we'll fill it. That's quite a big car park structure we've put in there. That'll hopefully make us a lot more money, to be fair. So let's have a look and see if we've got any space for... so the next problem is going to be where deliveries are, because we need to get a way of getting up into the terminal. I suppose we could have it inside the terminal. I don't know where it's best to place that though. Whether it be up here. My space is quite limited. It could go there. If we go page up, and I was thinking there, wasn't I? That's blocking the security. That's almost blocking the entrance. We have to move this entrance door and move it to the side a little bit, but that could work. Well, now thinking, where on earth can we put a lift where it will not be in the way? Probably down here. That's not in the... I might have to expand this a little bit. I'm just removing anything we're not using. As terminal floor space is quite expensive, so we want to keep it to a minimum, really. If it's not being used, we don't really want to be paying for it. So I'm going to start demolishing. Well, I say that. I'm not really sure where I'm going to want this transportation hub ready for the new terminal. Like, I know it's going to be here, but I'm not really sure what layout I want. And it is going to cause a bit of disruption, no matter what I do here. Let's take the car parks out at least. And I'll get these cars out of the area. And once they've shifted, to be fair, I can start planning in where this road's going to go. So the idea is that this left lane here is going to come up in, that'll be like for buses and service vehicles. So if they need to get tanker trucks into the airport, they can kind of come up here and they'll be able to swing around this way. I might turn this into utilities area potentially. So maybe it's worth me doing that. Yeah. You gonna do that, Steve? I don't know. I'm curious on whether that's gonna... Because I need to move where these delivery site materials are going to. It is gonna have to be somewhere in the middle. I'd say just build an extra one for now, so you can kind of be where you want it to be. Okay, no, that's fair. We'll put this over here then. And we'll have the run to... Yes, we'll put that there. No, I don't know. I'm a little bit unsure about that, actually. I wonder if these can be both like one way, so we can have like a one-way road going under the... No, I don't think that's going to work. It might do, actually. So if we demolish that, we can have the road come under and then join back on here as a main road, which would allow the service vehicles to not really add to the traffic that much. So that would be something along the lines of... Something like that. Then this road can link up with that one. Have I done that as a maintenance road? I've done that as a maintenance road, haven't I? No, don't do it again, Steve. Like that, yeah. There we go. So now what I can do is connect that up. We've got a kind of utility area there, so that's good. There's a lot of cars trying to get out of here. It doesn't help that what is going on. Oh dear me. Yeah, if you stay on the road, that is probably the best thing for you to do. There is complete traffic chaos. But this downstairs bit's nearly done, so that's good. So while these guys are all sorting themselves out, it's probably a good idea to consider starting the baggage. Do I want to do that? We're 46 minutes in. You know what? We'll finish the car park. We'll do baggage on its own because the baggage is going to be a episode in itself. They're quite complicated, so let's try and get these cars all shifted out. I think once they build this road that goes under, that will really help alleviate the issue. They're very much jammed. I'm just trying to think what I can do to help aid them along with dispersing. I was thinking, do I delete more road? Would that help? To be fair, these guys will be definitely going to go and start building up there once they finish this. Just building this sidewalk here, so once that's done, there's a few little bits still getting finished off there, but the bulk of them will start building this bit next. The issue is people are going to start missing flights due to how long this is taking to get people out of the old car park, essentially. So what I've learned here is do not delete car parks. It causes complete chaos. The AI drivers don't know what they're doing. Like, come on, what are you doing there, pal? Get going. Maybe I need to force them to go that way. I feel like removing this option will help. So we demolish that bit of road. So anyone coming on here, they will have to just go down here and leave. I think construction started on the road underneath now, so that will definitely help things to get going. I've built that the wrong way round. Oh no. It should be that way. I'm surprised how many cars are still trying to and drive across here. I'm just going to put in a few more bus stops along here. We'll force all these cars that come down here to go up here to use the tunnel once this is built, and I think a sidewalk along here will be needed. And we need to get a crossing across the road, so we'll do that. This little crossing can go, and we'll put a new one in up here. Build a second road along here. This will be for the taxi drivers. The airport feels a lot quieter now. We've only got 72. There's not a lot of planes arriving. Are we still quite busy on the schedule? We are. It must be just not a lot of activity at this moment in time. It's probably good to help us try and get rid of these cars. Where you look at? Ah, what are you doing, man? That's not a maneuver. Where is he off to? That was crazy driving. If anything, he's made himself worse off because he was up here. Now he's joined the back of this queue. And he's got to go all the way up here. I don't know what these guys are doing either. They're kind of just forcing their way across there. People are still driving over there, even though that has been demolished a long time now. I think the core AI is something to be desired. I was trying to get these cars out. They're really stuck in where the... You just don't want to go. Yeah, so I think this is now causing a knock-on effect for delays to flights due to passengers not being able to get to where they need to be. Just purely due to this road alteration, so I need to bear that in mind going forwards. I think I might see about what other... We can build a subway, so I think that's probably a good idea. So at least then it gives passengers another option to get here other than the bus, because the buses seem to be all jammed up in traffic. So if we get a subway connection, then that'll definitely help alleviate hopefully some of this traffic problem that we've got. Like, things will get better, like people are starting to use these. So that's, the taxi stuff's working okay, so let's get some more of these in. Need to adjust that terminal door as well. Not quite where it should be at the moment, so we'll demolish that and just place that in a better place for people who are walking in. To be fair, that's probably not in the best spot either, to be fair. Probably about there. So people can walk straight along here and straight into the terminal. Well, the traffic is slowly coming down. And now people are using this tunnel. I feel that's helping a little bit. There's some very interesting manoeuvres going on here. But that's flowing now. Now that people have discovered that you can use this, this is much better. And I think a lot of cars are now starting to come down into this car park down here. They're coming in, taking the escalator up to the check-in desks, hopefully. Oh, that's something. That doesn't go all the way up to the top, does it? Let's extend that to there. There we go. It's no good having a lift if it doesn't go to where it needs to be. Cool, so we've got that all plumbed in now, so we just need to kind of get the passenger. Let's turn these taxi things around to be in the right direction first, actually. There we go. So taxis are all sorted. We've got a subway. We've got ample room for the next terminal expansion on this side. Is going to be a much bigger terminal. So I need to think about what kind of terminal I'm going to put in there. But that's another problem for another day. Now, I do want to do a little bit of decorating of this area once I'm kind of happy that it is going to be what it's going to be. You can put some lighting in. Where's the lighting? There is lighting somewhere. Is it under here? You've got like street lights. Probably a good idea to have some street lights out where there's going to be a lot of people walking, especially when there's a lot of traffic about. And probably need a few more down here. I don't know what's going on with these guys. Maybe... Is it because there's no pathway for them? Where are you trying to get to? In there. Unless they're trying to get down there. They can get down there. There's a route. I'm very confused. You seem to want to stand there for some reason. What we'll add is just a little pathway. There's just a pathway there for them to be able to walk down in case they're just getting a bit stuck for some reason. Why are you late? What is the issue? Well, it's deporting now, so I'm not sure why that one was running late. We've got our taxi ranks, we've got those. We need a drop-off bay. So let's put that in. Where'd the car stop? Okay, so put that in there. So it's not the neatest thing in the world, but as we grow, we've kind of got plenty of space we can kind of work with here. I am very concerned about all these delayed flights though. We're still boarding this one. Why is it taking them so long to get through? There's no jam there. Maybe it was these guys who were stuck before because there's no one waiting around out here now. Maybe it just took a little while to kind of unclog the backlog, if you will. I'm not sure, but like I say, we seem to have spent an hour, an hour and 15 minutes just kind of reorganizing the airport. We haven't actually got anything to show for it. To be fair, we've set ourselves up ready for baggage. So if you have enjoyed this very long episode, thank you very much for staying with me. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode where we will do baggage. See you next time.